After weeks of high-charged political drama, claims of horse trading, and a foreign conspiracy, Imran Khan has been voted out of power. Pakistan is now looking at a new prime minister, who in all likelihood is no other than opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif, the 70-year-old leader of the Pakistan Muslim League N, is likely to be the 23rd prime minister of Pakistan. But the challenge of dethroning Imran Khan was just the beginning for Shehbaz Sharif. If voted to be the new premier, Shehbaz will be staring at a list of challenges to be tackled urgently that have been left behind by the Khan government. Now, the first and most crucial challenge ahead for the PMLN leader is Pakistan's dwindling economy. When Prime Minister Imran Khan came to power, Pakistan's number books were not in the best shape, but till date of his ouster, the problems have undoubtedly worsened. The no-confidence motion against Khan was moved on the grounds that his government had mismanaged the economy in Pakistan. Pakistan has a foreign debt of $130 billion. That is 43% of its GDP. Inflation levels are at over 12%, and the Pakistani rupee has fallen to 190 to the US dollar. On top of that, there's been no economic growth in Pakistan for the past 3 years. Experts say that governments in Pakistan have often sought shortcuts to solve the crises, and rather than helping the economy, the cheat codes have pushed it to the edge. If elected, Shehbaz Sharif government will have to look at radical policy reforms to give a direction out of the crisis. On the flip side, the cash flow from Pakistan's vast diaspora has never been higher. The remittances, however, have put Pakistan on the radar of the Financial Action Task Force, which is the global money laundering and terrorist funding watchdog. The second biggest challenge for Sharif Jr. will be to tackle domestic terrorism. In the last few months, Pakistan Taliban has intensified its attacks. Known as the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, the group shares its roots with the Afghan Taliban that took over Kabul in August of 2021. During his tenure, Imran Khan tried to hold talks with the militants, but negotiations with the TTP failed after a month-long truce collapsed last year. On top of the domestic terror crisis, there's been an increase in violence in Pakistan's largest province of Balochistan. Separatists in the region have been demanding more autonomy and a greater share of the wealth for years. Now, experts say that there are no easy solutions for the coming administration, highlighting that insurgency would remain as big and crucial a challenge for the new government. In his last few days clutching to power, Imran Khan accused the West of orchestrating his removal with the opposition parties. Khan cried a foreign conspiracy to dethrone him, and that worsened Pakistan's already patchy relations with the West. In late February, Imran Khan visited Moscow and held talks with President Vladimir Putin on the day when Russia invaded its neighbor Ukraine. Khan was also among the few leaders to visit Beijing for the Winter Games earlier this year, when others boycotted in protest against China's human rights record.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.